Farming organisations have spoken out against the Albanese government's plans to phase out the live sheep export industry. Agriculture Minister Murray Watt has announced an independent panel will lead the consultation process to assist in fulfilling Labor's election promise.
The director of WA Farmers had turned up to the press conference unannounced before he was asked to leave.
So I thought I'd come along and have a listen to it, and unfortunately I wasn't allowed into the press conference.
WA Farmers is one of 25 organisations across the country condemning the government's decision to phase out live sheep exports.
The letter is about saying that this is an industry that's a sound industry based on good animal welfare practices, and that we're taking notice the government's making its mind up based on animal activism.
The Agriculture Minister has announced an independent panel will lead the consultation process to figure out how and when it will be phased out. The panel will also be engaging with stakeholders and trading partners to fulfil Labor's election commitment.
What we're doing is implementing an election commitment that we've taken to not just one election but to two. So I think people have known for quite some time that this was our plan if we were elected, and now that we have been elected, we're getting on and implementing it.
Farmers warned the policy represents a red line that cannot be crossed and that they will never support legitimate agricultural industries being closed for political reasons.
I'm not sure that we necessarily are facing a situation where farmers will lose their business or go out of business. I mean, as a result of this phase out, obviously the export of live sheep would end, but any issues around compensation, structural adjustment and those kind of things are exactly the kind of things that we're going to be asking the panel to give us advice on.
The National Farmers Federation says wiping out an entire industry is not the answer.
If the government thinks, or if they're listening to activists, what's next? Is it the grains industry? Are they going to start cancelling the cotton industry? Are they going to start, banning other export industries? Agriculture is export dominated. We need to make sure that we can continue to match expectations and look for improvements in the business.
The phase out won't come into force until after the next election. The panel will provide a report to the Commonwealth by September 30. Crystal Wu, Sky News, Perth.